Hello, welcome back to Average Mike. I'm Mike. Today I'm going to be starting the build for the screen cover, the wooden screen cover I'm going to build on the pool filter and heater area for my pool. So you can see it sits kind of under my deck a little bit. It's out here. The issue is that, it doesn't really look great, and it's really the front entrance to my backyard, which enters a decorative pool screen. So I'm going to make it out of wood. We'll put the slots on the top and then decking on the bottom so we can have like a little garden in the front. So I have a 16-foot run that goes along the length here. I have to have an access point for the electrical panel and for the filter itself so we can maintain it and work it and open it up in the seasons. So that's going to have to be operable and movable. In the front, the 7-footer, it's going to be a 7-foot garden box with a screen wall that backs it. And then the back is going to be the same thing, 7-foot garden box with a screen wall that kind of backs that as well. So if you're interested to see how this build's going to go, click like, subscribe, and keep on watching. Welcome back to Average Mike. We're continuing with the pool filter screen. So I'm going to do the garden box first and then build the screen wall off that, which is going to be in the back. So the screen, the garden box itself is going to be 7 foot long on the exterior, on the outside dimensions, by 2 foot wide on the outside dimensions again. So I got pressure treated wood for the frame. I'm doing 2x4s as the frame. I'm going to build the box. And then I got plank. I got 5-quarter planking that's going to go vertical to all across the front of that box. You'll see how that goes. And then we're going to paint it brown just to match the deck. So I'm just going to mark the center point of the box, 42 inches outside, so that when you put the piece of wood over top, the 2x4 over top, you'll be able to line it up without any problems on the inside. So boom, like that. And because it's not a exact science, you can get close. It's good enough. All right. Go. So now that's one wall. That's going to stand up like that. We're going to have the struts going across, and then we're going to build the other wall to look nice. So as I'm kind of building this, I'm thinking I want to make it a square instead of a rectangle. So meaning a box square, 2 foot tall, 2 foot wide, as opposed to 2 foot by 1 foot. And the reason I'm thinking that is because the weight. I want it to be strong enough to hold a 4-foot screen wall above it. So it's a total of 6 foot tall screen wall. Since I'm using 5-quarter planking, it's gonna be heavy. So I want to make sure that I have enough weight down here to hold that in place so it doesn't get out of the way. And not to mention the 2 boxes on the very end are gonna have the screen wall that goes 16 foot with a fence and a gate in it. So I'm going to have to anchor them into this box. And of course the box can be filled with dirt and soil, so that's going to give weight to it itself, but we get pretty heavy winds around here, so I want to make sure I over structure it. So that's kind of one of those things where, depending on how you want it to look, whether you want it to be skinny or you don't have enough room, it doesn't have to be. Or if you can mount it to the deck, like I'm not going to mount it to the deck, so it's going to be independent of it's going to be independent of the mounting of the deck. So because of that, I'm just going to have it a little bit more weight, ultimately. So, and I want to be able to move it just in case they do have to replace the heater, do have to replace the filter. You can now move it, not easily, but you'll be able to move it. All right, so we're going to set this one aside and build the other side. Go ahead, cut it, Kate. So again, this is the other side. This is the back side of it. And then what's going to happen is eventually we're going to, on the back side of it, we're going to put 4x4s inside of the box because the screen's going to attach. So the 4x4 is going to come up and the screen's going to attach to the back side of that 4x4. All right, there we go. There's two. So now we have both sides. So what we're going to do is now we're going to put side by side. We're going to cut the 2 footers out. I'm going to do for now. I'm sorry. We're going to do 6 for now because we're going to do 3 across the bottom, 3 across the top. And the reason why you do the bottom is, obvious reasons. You want to have that structure on the bottom to hold the dirt in. But at the same time, you want to be able to put some drainage holes, because we're going to put weed matting in to keep the dirt soil in, but we're going to allow the water to flow out. So all pressure treated stuff, or otherwise it'll rot out. You can also do like a metal bottom, like a galvanized steel or something like that, that that's not going to rust out or last a long time. So all right, so let me set this up and then see if it stands by itself. It'd be great. Like I said, I think I'm going to go 2 foot because ultimately, if you do 1 foot, here are the 1 foot pieces I had cut for it, right? And so I think if we do 1 foot, it's not going to look, it's going to be too skinny, right? So 2 foot, it's going to look more like that, and it'll be more appropriate and more proportional for a garden to be put in it. So we're going to cut 3 more. We're going to cut 6 2-foot pieces, for the bottom and for the top, and then I have to go to Home Depot again, or I have to go to the hardware store again to go and pick up the remaining part of the supplies. So as I say, I'm just kind of in the planning stages here. So I'm building as I plan because it doesn't really need that much accuracy. It is an outside fixture. As long as I build the first one, if I got the specs for the first one, second one I'm just going to repeat the same steps. And the third one's actually a whole other project altogether. It's just a screen wall. So, but I got to figure out how we're going to mount it on the ground. There's a couple different options to work it through. Anyway, continue watching. Hope you're enjoying it. You're watching Average Mikes right now. I'm gonna continue cutting this wood and enjoy.
So today on the Average Mike camera production team is my daughter Caitlin. She's doing a really good job trying to keep me in the screen.
So these corners, you want them to look, because these are going to be exposed corners, meaning you're going to see them pretty good. So you want to make sure these are plumb and flush around the edges, or else it's going to look like kind of bad craftsmanship. So you want to make sure that everything's square and looks really good for the eye, because again, you want it to be appealing, right? I mean, so the inside, like I was saying before, earlier in the video, I was saying that the inside really doesn't matter because the inside struts are more about structure. The outside stuff is kind of what's going to be the fancy part. So like 4 screws in each one of these. I'm doing the ends. Actually, you know what? On this one, we'll do the middle first because that way the end's easier to squeeze in if it doesn't align properly. If you do the end, I guess you could do the middle. It's just you can use kind of other things. I got a really long clamp that can pull that together. In the middle, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of work that clamp in. You can, but just for ease of build, you might as well just do it this way. All right, so my son Michael has helped me come out and he's gonna help me fix this up. Another mic, right? So welcome, you're watching Average Mike. We're continuing the build of the garden box. Welcome to Average Mike. You're continuing to build the garden box with the pool filter screen. So I'm going to teach him how to chalk line and keep everything in the same. So we got a chalk line here. Is that lined up at the top?
Yeah.
All right, so come over here and hold that right there. Okay. Hold that tight. Okay, don't let that move. So get this out of the way. And we're going to go all the way across, and we're going to set this middle one up to be in line. And we're going to grab that. We're going to chalk it right there. So now, what you do is you grab it and snap it. and pull it off.
That's sick.
So now you have a blue line, a guideline to go along with your line with the lineup. So we're gonna go do the other side now too, right? So line that top one up. I'll line the middle one up again. A lot of chalk came on that one. Gonna line that puppy back up again. You lined up?
Yeah.
Okay. You line up at the top, not the bottom.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So hold that there. Okay. All right. So again, ready? Hold on. Wait until I get it down. Yeah, snap it. Beautiful. All right. There you go. So now we get this off. So now we got the chalk line. Now it's gonna be easy peasy, right? We got these